Hey everybody, welcome to day 143 of Sefer Hamitzvot. Today's class and today's learning is dedicated to Tינוק ben Mרגלית נחמה. נחama should, well, it's a little baby, so I don't even know if it has to have an aliyah, but the family should have a lot of comfort, and Mashiach should come and none of us should know pain. I am teaching this class from the hospital room with my grandfather. So, Rafua Shalema to Israel, נחman ben Shefra. And it's almost Rosh Hashanah, and we should just start the year on a happy note. Okay. So let's learn. Today's mitzvah. First, we're going to finish the idea of redeeming the firstborn. So yesterday we spoke about redeeming firstborn donkey. If you have a donkey, firstborn belongs to the Kohen. So if you're not a Kohen or you're not a Levi, or if you're not a daughter of Kohen or a Levi, you have to redeem it. If you choose not to, it's called atif. One second, I want to get the exact word here. Arifas. Arifas peter chamer. You shall break its neck and basically decapitate it. It's very, in other words, it doesn't belong to you, and you don't own ownership to it. It's a very interesting halacha. Okay. Next, we enter the laws of Shemitah. Shemitah is Shabbos for the land of Israel. Every 7 years, 7th year. This is, of course, to this day, the any agricultural anything that you don't work on the land of Shemitah. So there are nuances. We're going to discuss a few of the mitzvahs today. It's not just Shemitah. There's, of course, nuances and details and specific mitzvahs. But just to mention, keeping kosher in Israel is way more complicated than in the States, because besides for the ingredients having to be kosher and the regular stuff, there's also the idea of laws that apply in Israel that don't apply outside of Israel, and Shemitah being a big one of them. So buying fruits and vegetables in Israel is really tricky. It needs a hechsher of Shemitah and a few other things. And actually the 8th year, the year after Shemitah, in a way is the trickiest in terms of kosher, because if you're eating from what was worked on the year before, it's a problem. And I think a lot of farms have signs, we keep like Shomer Shabbos, Shomer Shemitah. So it's very interesting. Okay. So the first mitzvah of Shemitah that we're going to do is, the pasuk is, during the plowing and harvest seasons, you shall rest. So they're basically covering our ground. Plowing is how you plow and plant. And I'm going to talk to you in a minute. And harvesting is when you pick it up. You shall rest. This is technically talking to the owner, not that the land should rest. That's a separate mitzvah, but that the owner shall rest and not do any of this type of work during the Shemitah year. And this commandment is mentioned several times in the Torah. Okay, next commandment is negative 220. And here it's specifically saying, you shall not sow your field. So the specific part, right, there's plowing, I guess, putting everything in, and sowing is like working the land and doing different parts of agriculture. Hello, New York City girl, no idea what I'm talking about. But whatever that is, you're not allowed to do it during Shemitah year. Another specific mitzvah, negative commandment 221, is that you shall not prune your vineyard. So here we're specifically talking about orchards and vineyards, and you're not allowed to prune, I guess, is taking away the bad ones, making sure everything's growing well. That's another specific nuance mitzvah that you're not allowed to do. Next, negative commandment 222. This is the last one for today. That which grows of its own accord of your harvest, you shall not reap. We're not allowed to harvest, which means, apparently, and a harvest is when you pick the crop, right? But you could just be like, oh, hey, I want a few apples now for snack, or I want to make an apple pie for my family. That's fine. You can't do the formal act of hiring the employees or asking all your friends and neighbors to come and to pick and to move an assembly line. That's not allowed. You're allowed to harvest a piece here, a piece there, just for your own personal needs, but you can't do the whole harvesting process. And just for inspiration for a second, it's a crazy thing. It's so Jewish, where we stop our line of work for a whole year. We're not talking about going on vacation for a month, a whole year, because we know that Hashem provides, and we do it, and we've been doing it for thousands of years. Whoa. All right. God bless us all, and have an amazing rest of the day.